Welcome into Sports Talk at the tournament tonight from Greenville's Bon Secours Wellness Arena, where South Carolina has done something that I think most people thought going in was not doable, and that is beat Duke to make it to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. It's the first time in USC history the Gamecocks have won back-to-back NCAA tournament games. They move on to play Baylor on Friday night at about 7:30 at Madison Square Garden in New York. Final score, South Carolina 88 and Duke 81. Of course, these two teams used to be bitter ACC rivals. Duke dominated the Gamecocks in those years. This is just the 20th victory ever for USC over Duke in basketball. They've only played twice since USC left the ACC. So it's been a long time coming for the Gamecock fans against one of their old ACC rivals, and this was a sweet win for all of USC athletics, and the team played exceptional basketball in the second half. Just like in the Marquette game, the Gamecocks got off to a sluggish start. They trailed at halftime and shot the ball poorly. If it were not for their defense, their second chance points, the turnovers they forced against Duke in the first half, they would have been way behind at halftime. Instead, they were only 7 down at 30-23. In the second half, the Gamecocks played the kind of game a coach can only dream of. They shot the ball incredibly. In the second half, the Gamecocks were 20 of 28 from the floor. That's 71%. They hit 4 of 5 from three-point range, and in the biggest stage for them, in the greatest pressure that they have faced at any time under Frank Martin, the Gamecocks at the foul line in the second half, 21 of 23 and 27 of 32 for the game. They were cool as they could be under the pressure of the bright lights, under the pressure of the stage of trying to make it to the Sweet 16 as anybody could ever be. They continued to play excellent defense in the second half. They held Duke in the second half to only 5 3-pointers. Duke only shot 39% in the second half. This was a complete Gamecock team effort, especially in the second half, to win this game over Duke tonight. Sindarius Thornwell was again his outstanding self. 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. He got some help once again. Dwayne Notice had 17. Chris Silva played maybe his best game as a USC player. 17 points, 10 rebounds. He also had 2 blocks. Rakeem Felder was huge off the bench with 15 points and 3 assists. It was just the kind of victory that you dream about if you are a coach running a program like South Carolina's, playing a Hall of Fame coach in Mike Krzyzewski against one of the great programs in college basketball. They rose to the occasion at every opportunity and did not wilt when those chances were there to wilt. They held it together, made the free throws, made the big shots, and now the Gamecocks, the South Carolina Gamecocks, are advancing to the NCAA Sweet 16. It was quite a night for the Gamecock fans here, and what a weekend in Greenville for this regional. The folks here did a fabulous job, and it turned out perfectly as far as they were concerned. North Carolina won the first game, so the Tar Heels advance, and South Carolina won the second game and will advance to play up in New York City on Friday night. There'll be much more on the Gamecock basketball program this week right here on Sports Talk. Now be sure you check out the locker room interviews with Frank Martin and Dwayne Notice and Sindarius Thornwell right here. There'll be a media session on Monday with the basketball team, and then they'll start to prepare for Baylor and head up later in the week to New York City. We look forward to covering the Gamecocks for you right here on Sports Talk in the Sweet 16. That's going to do it for now as they're tearing the place down all around me. The Gamecocks winners over Duke tonight, 88-81. USC still dancing in the NCAA tournament, moving on to the Sweet 16. Thanks for joining us right here, Sports Talk at the tournament from Greenville.